A few years ago, I sat down with a notebook ready to outline my goals for the year. I wrote down everything I wanted to achieve: lose weight, read more, learn a new language, and launch a side hustle. A month later, I felt overwhelmed, not accomplished. Many of us find ourselves in this cycle of setting numerous goals, hoping to improve our lives. But rather than feeling empowered, we often feel frustrated and inadequate. It's common to feel stuck, battling unfulfilled resolutions that only remind us of our shortcomings. The irony is that the very goals meant to propel us forward can keep us rooted in place. You may think that pushing harder will lead to success, but this mindset can create paralysis. When faced with a long list of aspirations, it's easy to feel scattered and unproductive. It's like juggling too many balls. Eventually, something will drop, leading to disappointment. You're not alone if you've ever found yourself wondering why you aren't making progress despite your ambitions. But chasing every goal can complicate your life. Let's look at a different perspective. Many successful people focus on a few key goals instead of trying to do everything at once. Think about it. How many truly accomplished individuals do you know who spread themselves too thin? In truth, the pressure to achieve every single goal often backfires. We mistakenly believe that more goals equal more progress. Take my friend Alex as an example. He had an endless list of aspirations, from running a marathon to learning guitar. Initially, he was excited, but soon he felt drained. He didn't realize that by trying to do everything, he was stifling his progress. It wasn't until he narrowed his focus to just training for the marathon that he truly excelled. With all his energy directed toward that single goal, he completed the marathon, achieving a personal best. This was a pivotal moment, proving that concentrating on the right things can lead to remarkable success. So, if focusing on fewer goals is key, why do we struggle to prioritize? Let's explore this. I once sat with my mentor, overwhelmed by my goals. He said something impactful. "You're trying to outrun a shadow that isn't even there." That shifted my perspective. This statement made me realize that the pressure we place on ourselves often stems from external expectations rather than our own desires. We frequently adopt goals because they appear valid or because we see others achieving similar things. For example, I often scrolled through social media and felt pressured to travel like my friends. But deep down, what I valued was building local relationships, not globetrotting. It wasn't until I reassessed my values that I recognized I was pursuing someone else's dream rather than my own. This moment of clarity liberated me, enabling me to focus on what truly mattered, fostering connections in my community. This leads to the crux of the matter: aligning your goals with your personal values. Let's discuss how to identify what truly matters. How can you determine which goals are worth your energy? I developed a simple exercise called my values inventory that transformed my approach. In this exercise, I wrote down my core values on a piece of paper. Family, creativity, health, and community were at the top of my list. Then I examined my goals and asked, does this align with my values? This introspection revealed a disconnect. I had goals focusing on career advancement that didn't resonate deeply with my priorities. For instance, pursuing a high-powered position required sacrificing family time, contradicting my values. This wake-up call highlighted that chasing misaligned goals can lead to unfulfillment. Another friend, Sarah, went through this process and dropped her goal of becoming a top salesperson. Instead, she focused on mentoring new employees, which fulfilled her need for connection and positively impacted her workplace. Aligning goals with values enhances commitment and satisfaction. Realigning your goals is just one part of the puzzle. What actionable steps can you take to implement this shift? Let's discuss some strategies. One effective strategy I adopted was the one thing approach, inspired by Gary Keller. It's straightforward: focus on one goal that will simplify everything else. When I embraced this method, I chose to improve my writing skills as my primary focus. I committed to writing for at least 30 minutes every morning. This single habit revolutionized my day. I noticed quick improvements in my writing and felt a sense of accomplishment, which carried over into other parts of my life. For instance, feeling energized from writing made me more inclined to exercise and eat healthier. A friend of mine, Ben, zeroed in on building his online business and, by eliminating distractions, he doubled his revenue in 6 months. This experience highlighted that sometimes less truly is more. This focus not only brings clarity, but also fosters a lasting change in your mindset. Let's discuss how to maintain this new approach. Sustaining focus on fewer goals requires mindset shifts and discipline. I remember the temptation to overload myself. I had to remind myself of the clarity I gained. One effective practice I adopted was a monthly review process. At the end of each month, I reflected on the goals I pursued and their alignment with my values. This exercise kept me grounded and accountable. During one review, I realized I was neglecting my health while prioritizing work. Instead of adding a new health goal, I adjusted my primary goal to incorporate my health into my routine. Regular reflection kept my priorities clear, making it easier to resist the urge to take on too much. I also shared my goals with a small accountability group. One friend, Jessica, focused on her mental health through our weekly check-ins. Knowing that others were invested in her progress helped her stay committed. This reflection and accountability reinforce your dedication to goals and ensure they align with your evolving self. You've chosen to simplify and realign your goals, but remember that this is an ongoing process. Let's conclude with a powerful perspective. Looking back on my journey, I realize a simple truth. It's not about how many goals you set. It's about the impact they have on your life. Every goal serves as a stepping stone, and often less is indeed more. By concentrating on a few meaningful goals, you create a deeper sense of satisfaction and pave the way for significant accomplishments. Remember that marathon training? Completing it was more than just crossing the finish line. It was about growth and resilience throughout the process. So, ask yourself, are your goals uplifting you or holding you back? Reflect on what truly matters. Consider this an invitation to embrace simplicity and clarity. The energy saved from letting go of unnecessary burdens can be redirected into pursuits that resonate with your true self. Take a moment today to align your goals with your values and move toward a future filled with empowerment and fulfillment.